Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, whoever you are. This is Just Stop It. We welcome you tonight, this Sunday night, Eastern Time. Glad to have you aboard. Glad to see everybody in his house tonight. And we got a good one for you. We are in a new month. Happy new month, by the way, for everybody who's listening and watching us tonight. And we hope that you had a good week. We don't know what the weather's like in other parts of the world, but right here in New York, I tell you, it is, I don't know, supposed to have been a storm, but that's okay. We are here with you, right? And again, we got a good one for you tonight. We got some amazing folks in the house tonight. This is yours truly, the Grand Queen, just so you know. And we also have our amazing, the opulent one, Shannon Grace Chappelle, our co-host. She won't be with us tonight, but she'll be hanging out with us in the coming days and just a little under the weather. We miss you, Shannon. Shout out to Shannon. We miss her, our the opulent one. And we also have the Trey the Wiz, our media producer
What's
in the
up,
house
y'all?
tonight.
What's
There he
going on?
is.
How y'all
There
doing?
he is. Absolutely. And we also have another amazing person, another amazing guy on our panel tonight. Wayne in the house tonight. Wayne,
How
well,
y'all
star.
doing?
What's up,
Everybody?
y'all? What's up? What's up, man?
Yeah, that's our shining star. Wayne, our star. The star. I'm gonna call him the star.
That
The
part.
star's in the house tonight. Wayne, aka Star, in the house tonight. Welcome, Wayne, to Just Stop It with us
Thank you
tonight.
for
Thank you for
having me.
hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for having me. Thank you for
Of
having me.
course, of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Welcome, for real. So, what's up,
Yes, and
Queen?
listen,
What's up, Queen?
listen, it's a good one. I'm glad to be here with y'all tonight. Like challenges, but it's okay. This is why we are Just Stop It. We know how to get to it, get with it, get through it, and you also pick up on other stuff with it. And whoever catches it, which that's tonight's topic, whoever catches it, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on, and we're also going to talk about what's attached to it. Whoever catches it, mindfulness, being mindful. Trey Wiz is really good at keeping us mindful about things, making us mindful about things. I mean, it's like going to the deep end of the pool and you don't know where you're going. You know, you don't know where you're going.
I don't know if Professor
Sometimes
froze. If I gotta take her off for a moment, that's okay. Continuing with what she was saying.
sometime, and that's
Let's see. I think she's back. She might be coming back in. I might have to take Professor off for a moment. Because it seems like she's
one will
freezing.
also help you to
But
swim.
there it is. I think she's coming back in. Let's see. I apologize to everybody for the inconvenience, but I might have to go ahead and take Professor off, which I'm going to go ahead and do. But um, the subject for today is moving forward. No matter who it is that you're trying to reach to, no matter what your message is, what it is that you're trying to do. Um, Let me put the camera back on myself. No matter what it is that you're trying to do, no matter who you're trying to reach, we're reaching a point where we're tired and we're um over trying to reach out to people that see what you're doing. They see your movement. So this year, I encourage people to move forward. Actually, let me bring my friend Wayne up at the same time so you're on the screen with me. But I wanted to talk to people about um the same things we talk about, Wayne, for real, is uh, if people see what you're trying to do, people see your movement. I'm not trying to put pressure on people uh, or trying to force anything down anyone's throat. I just want people that like my message, whatever it is I'm trying to put out, whatever I'm trying to say. If there's something about it that they like, something about it they want to chime in with, then I'm gonna just let them do that. I'm not gonna force anybody to see anything they see. People want to click on to different things that don't really have any substance behind it. Whatever you watch, whatever you chime into, that's on you. So there's no pressure for you to join the bandwagon or be a part just to be a part. But some of the same conversations that you and I used to have, Wayne, or you and I, I'm sorry, are having currently in today's time about trying to reach out to people about stuff we want to do. I don't know why it's such an issue to reach out to people when you have something of substance to give. You know, when you're talking about the football game or who's playing tonight or what artist is doing what or what celebrity is doing what. That's the thing that we want to push. So staying strong in what it is that you're doing, regardless. Um, stand 10 toes on whatever it is you're doing, and be confident in enough. Be confident enough in yourself to keep going, regardless of responses, regardless of what people are saying, because it's not about others. I see that Professor Williams is back in here, but and I'm gonna add you in, Professor Williams, as soon as I see you load up on the screen. But Wayne, I want to ask you, like, I wanted you to give your take on the same thing we say about trying to reach out to people. Like, how do you feel about trying to reach out to people that you care about, people that you talk to, when it comes to the content you're trying to push?
Um, well, when you try to reach out to people that you know, a lot of times the people that you know, well, I'm not gonna say a lot of the time. Some of the times, the people that you know won't be the first ones to support you. But all in all, I feel as though you have to just keep going and keep pushing forward. Like well, pretty much what the theme of the show is: keep going and keep moving forward.
Very true.
But it's definitely a journey. On the way to where you're trying to go when you're trying to talk to people that you know, and sometimes they they just don't come through with the support. So you know.
Yeah, understood. Understood. Hey, Professor, if you now that you're back in, you can go ahead and tap back in the conversation. I was just starting Wayne on kind of reminiscing on what we was talking about earlier today on the phone about um standing strong on what you're doing regardless, having enough confidence within yourself to keep moving, regardless of the responses, regardless of what people have to say about what you're doing, whether people are congratulating you or not. That's the whole topic of today's show anyway, is standing strong in that. So if you want to take back over, I'll hand the mic back over to you and let you continue. But that's what we were touching on. I noticed you were kind of stalling out just a little bit, so I just snatched you off the screen for
Yeah,
the
it
moment.
was
But go ahead and continue.
exactly. That's okay.
Mm.
Just a little tech difficulty there. Yes,
Sorry for
I
that, y'all.
agree with you guys. It's true. It happens sometimes, it's like the expectations. You can't expect those who maybe started with you to move forward with you, or, regardless of who they are. So you have to keep going.
Yeah.
Just like so you catch it, your eye. In other words, your eye is the lamp of your body. Your eye is healthy. If your eye is healthy, your whole body is full of light. So the eye is really symbolic of the mind and the heart, being mindful of how to move forward, being mindful of actually, you're showing this light, uh, called mental health support, right?
Right.
So sometimes, things are not healthy, but you got to get healthy. The mind has to be healthy so you be able to help somebody else, help yourself, and help somebody else. Now, the thing is, if it's not healthy, the body's full of darkness, but your eye is the lamp, the brain, the mind, everything is the lamp. So sometimes you got other people who don't have that lamp. I'm just paraphrasing, piggybacking off of what Wayne said. Sometimes folks don't have that lamp, so that's okay. You can't rock with them, and you have to go with those who have the lamp. Go with those. Well, we don't even. Some people don't use lamps, but some people use other types of light. So we have to
I feel
find
you.
and use other types of light to light the way for ourselves and light the way for others. That's how we catch it. Whosoever catch it, right? Um, and as I was saying about the phrase, whoever it catches, should I say, in content of mental health could be interpreted as a metaphor of how mental health it affects all of us. We're talking about elevating ourselves, elevating other people, being mindful of the moment. And in this time that we're living in the moment. And I don't think it's just because of COVID. I used to
That
think
part.
it was just because of COVID, or post or pre-COVID. To tell you the truth, that's the way that's the society that we're living in the moment. And to tell you the truth, when we live in the moment, we are more authentic. You know
That
what I
part.
mean? We are much more authentic. We can deal with reality better. I believe we are much more creative in the moment. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then we can really understand the path that we need to take, the changes, the improvements, and keep it simple but not basic,
That part.
right?
I
So
like that.
that part, keeping it simple but not basic, because there's nothing basic about us. We are so phenomenal and creatively made. Being mindful of countless positive benefit on our mental health is a plus. But this 2024, so whoever catches it, catch up. Catch up also to addressing good mental health. Don't leave it off. Don't say, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. Make that a priority. Make that a part of your everyday self. Just like it's like your shadow. Make it become second nature,
Exactly.
addressing your mental health, because that's the light of your body. That's the lamp of your body, your mental health. It's a part of the way that shines into other areas of your life.
Now,
So
without cutting you off, I want to ask a quick question, if you don't mind, Professor. Actually, a question for both of y'all, really. Let me, 'cause since it's a panel of people, it's not just you and I obviously on here. It's my friend Wayne on here as well. I want to ask y'all, when it comes to, even if y'all still have a tough road with it, even if you struggle with it, because I think everyone that creates any kind of content or has any type of message, anything to put out there, even if you're on foot, even if you're doing your leg work on foot with whatever your movement is, when did you guys feel like you started to actually stand strong in what it is that you either wanted, believed in, or you're trying to do? When did you guys, well, how long did it take you to start standing strong or saying this is enough? And I'm gonna start with Wayne. And then Professor, I would like for you to answer the question, and I'll answer that after. But Wayne, I want you to answer that question for me. So I'll repeat the question one more time. It's, I want to ask, how long did it take you to really start, I guess, get tired enough to stand strong, or just honestly be over trying to reach out to people and stuff like that? Like, how long did it take you to finally stand strong on what it is you're doing?
Um, it took me a little while to really understand that everybody's not going to support what you have going on, because when you first get started, whether that be knowledge or a new business that you may have started, most people don't may not understand what you're doing because they just not maybe on the frequency or in the realm of what you have going on. So pretty
Yeah,
much, once you realize that, or once I realized that, people is just like they're gonna be who they are. So you just have to understand that, uh, it's just a matter of staying strong within knowing who you are and
I
knowing
feel
that
you.
what you have works.
I
So
feel you.
that's what I had to learn. I had to learn that what I have works, and everybody's not going to understand that what you have may work. So it's just staying in your lane.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Good answer. Okay. Professor, answer the same question for me.
it took me 2 years to tell you the truth. While you were saying it, it was like I was doing a timeline, was just reels of time was just going on in my head. It
Yeah.
took me like 2 good years to become strong and steady in my belief, and then actually trauma was also a part of it.
Yeah.
um, but within that 2 years in trauma and addressing my own mental health, i was in I was supporting another movement. But while I was supporting that movement, I was like, prior to that movement, this was ongoing. The light was shining in my mind about mental health, the
Right.
type of support that was needful. So, but I struggled with it for a good 2 years because I was looking for the wrong people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like Wayne said, my expectations for those people were not, I was not their expectation. And I had to
Understood.
learn that because I wasn't their expectation, that couldn't work for me. It had
Right.
to be people who valued the new place that I was going to. It had to be people who understood the mission and had at least had a reflection,
Yeah.
who was mindful, had some type of reflection of it. So yeah, when I realized that that wasn't it, because their the way they handled me, you know what I mean? They
Hmm.
began to sort of like taint. I felt tainted. I felt violated. You know what I mean? You
Understood.
feel that way when you're not with the right people. Because they're violating the creativity. I just felt like my
Right.
creativity was violated. I said, "Oh, I had enough." That's when I said I had enough.
I feel that. I feel that. That's a
Yeah,
good answer.
yeah, yeah,
That's a good answer. That's a good
yeah,
response. I think I'll
yeah,
try to answer. I don't know if you're done with what you were saying. I don't want to cut you off.
yeah. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm glad you
I think that
asked that.
oh yeah, I mean I want to make sure because I want everybody to be
I'm
able to
glad
feel
you
like
asked
they
that, because
spoke their piece.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
I think that it took me, oh, I know it took me, well, I've always had the mindset of I'm going to do what I want to regardless. I don't need, I never needed anyone to really understand why I'm doing it. But I think
Right,
everyone still wants, whether they want to label it validation or not, I think everyone still wants a little validation from someone, whether it be their family members, whether it be a friend. Everyone doesn't have family. So I do have to be mindful that everyone doesn't have a mother or an aunt around or an uncle that they can run to or even a cousin or anything like that. So it definitely took time for me to stop even needing validation and a pat on the back even from my family members. And I realized that's because I wasn't strong in, even though I could have been this confident and knew I had the skill set to do the following, but knowing at the same time that I feel like I still wanted somebody to say, "Oh, you're doing a good job," or "This is working for you. This is a good look," or whatever. I still needed that validation because I wasn't strong in what it is that I wanted to do. So I still wasn't as strong in my movements as I am now. For instance, a lot of once I started to put that energy into myself, when I started to actually believe in myself, and I started to pull back. Remember, the last show I said something about drawing back from my cell phone, for instance, not giving people that power to think that they can just get access to me and call me whenever or text me. Instead, I started to like channel off like my phone. I'll put it on airplane mode if I'm working on something, just so that I can focus on that and actually get that done and out of the way. But when I started to, I say it took years, but when I say it came into effect over the last year or so, last 2 years, I would say, of living in Maryland. Um, but to wrap that up, it took a while, but when I gave myself that reassurance and that pat on the back that I felt like I needed is when I was finally able to start to, do stuff without caring what someone thinks or without needing them to say anything. So the silence is okay. I would think typically looking at zero views at the moment or just seeing one person watch for a moment and then jump back out, I would think I would be offended by that. But honestly, no, because you have to remind yourself of what it is that you're doing, even if it's something small, even if we don't have 15, 20, 50, 100 people watching we have the platform. So we have a platform to speak our piece. So that would be my answer. I'm gonna redirect it back to you though, Professor.
exactly. Good things come in small numbers, from what I understand. And this is January is Mental Health Awareness Month, and reflecting back on whoever catches it again is in terms of is in alignment, like with traditions. When the bride throws the bouquet, and whoever catches it, the bridesmaids or whoever catches it, because it's supposed to be like single women or men who catch the bouquet. And predictably, that shows that whoever catches it, they will be the next person in a relationship, next person to get married, right? So whoever catches, you know the part we talked about, validation, you're absolutely right. We do need some type of validation because it's a motivation, it's an encouragement. That's just a part of our creative self. That's a part of our create being this amazing person that we are. It's a part of our ability to feel, self-esteem. That's how we feel. We know that's how we know we are what? Alive, you know? So the thing is, it's important to note that even when we are validated, there's things that come with validation. There's responsibilities that come with validation. What we know at that moment, what validates us.
Right.
When we level up, that's a validation. When there's improvements, a validation. So validation comes in so many different aspects. However, we need it. We do need it because it does improve our mental health. So family, listen, it's okay. Just find out where your validation lies. Find out where validation is. It's okay to seek that, but never seek it in one place or one person.
Right.
I'm just saying, never seek it one place or one person. Be mindful of how you want to improve your life, and be mindful and continue to improve your life. Another validation, improving your life steps, understanding the next steps, more validation. And you'll find out just how amazing your life and the lives of others can really be together, even if it's apart, but together,
How do you
right?
feel? Not to cut you off, I try to jump in when you stop talking so I don't cut you off on what you're saying. But how do y'all feel about the false validation, the false encouragement? Because even right now, I get a lot of people that, oh, you're doing great and it's amazing, blah blah blah. But yeah, did you stop in for 5 minutes? Did you, which is okay. Like I said, I'm okay with being okay, but let's identify what we consider a problem. So you can be equally okay with something and still identify it and know that it's something that's not quite right. But how do y'all feel about the false validation? And this is a question for both of y'all, obviously. Anyone can start, whether it's Wayne or you, it doesn't matter.
Wayne, I'm gonna let you kick off on that one, and then I'll come behind you.
Okay, cool. So false validation. Um, I mean, now I learn not to really take it personal. You
Right,
know, it all starts with, like I said, just going back to understanding that everybody's not for you and you're not really for everybody. So it's
right,
just really about focusing on who you gravitate towards and who gravitates towards you, and whatever you're doing, just being a product of whatever that may be. So that could be wearing your merchandise when you go out, that could be promoting it on social media.
right.
um and the right people will catch it. It might take some time, but if you stay consistent and really persistent at what you're doing, it'll definitely catch fire.
Yeah, I know that's right. Go ahead, Professor. I'm gonna let you answer the same question, and I'll give my take two at the end. Small take. Your mic is muted. Make sure you unmute your mic before you start talking. There you go.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Wayne. That is true. False validation. Mm, there's a lot to be said about that. There's so many cues to how people falsely, just like you said, one of the examples you mentioned, you're doing a good job, but they won't show up. You see, Wayne, he showed up. That's why I had to
That
just,
part.
what they said, give people their flowers while they're alive.
Give them
Yes,
their little
those are my
grace while they.
flowers.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I rock with. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
So
definitely
yeah,
appreciate
that's
that.
when you show up and something, somehow, some way. You've got to show up. If you don't show up, then yeah, it's false. You got to show up,
Yeah,
be it via email, be it via text, be it sharing an event. It could be monetary. You've got to show up in some way, and you got to keep showing up.
that part.
So if it's the opposite, yeah, it's false
Yeah, I feel that. I just
and
think it's so weird.
devalued from the gate. Yeah.
I just think it's
That
so
means that
weird.
that means they don't
So,
they don't value he or she, whoever they are. It they it's not valued.
but I don't understand the watching part, and this is something I'm obviously talking to both of y'all, but I don't understand the watching part. I don't need, nor do I like. I actually get offended and turned off by having a lot of views, if that makes sense. I don't need a lot of views and I have no engagement, nobody commenting or nobody just hitting the share button. What about, and me and Wayne talked about this, what about what is so perfect or immaculate about your timeline or your profile that sharing something that I have going on, or, just once, just tapping the share button. You don't have to have a crazy caption for it. I don't need you to share it to other people, but it's so weird to me that people that text you, have your phone number, call you when they want to talk and vent, they're available for those things. But, and even though we're redirecting our focus and we're not really worrying about people that obviously aren't going to be a part of our movements or a part of what we're doing, it's just odd to me that people, give that false validation. If it's not something that you want to be a part of or you really believe in, I don't need you to fake it for me. Even if you just somebody just giving critiques, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to feel like because I send it to you, just like I told Wayne, because we honest on this platform. I was like, you don't have to feel like you have to jump on just because I said or gave you the invitation. I don't want nobody to feel no pressure behind anything. So that's where the whole subject came from when that we're talking about really today was that reel that I had put up. Whoever it reaches, I'm not in the business of pushing nothing in your face. Uh, I can see with my analytics, those that have business pages or whatever, you can see who it actually is reaching, what state it's in, how old they are, and all of that. So I see that you see, it, and that's enough for me. So maybe, hopefully something in the future for people that I care for, maybe, um, something about it will make you, gravitate towards it, or maybe it'll be a certain reel or introduction that just might grab your attention and make you watch. But it's odd to me. That's all I wanted to say. It's kind of odd for you to watch from a distance and not really want to engage. So I don't know. Maybe we can capture some more eyes and stuff, and maybe some of the things that we have planned for this new year, we can get together as a collective and figure out a formula on how to, get those things out there, facilitate those things. Y'all know that we have a show on Wednesdays now. So it's called the Pit Stop. Just to throw that out there before I hand it back to you, Professor. The show that we came up with as an addition to Sundays is the Pit Stop on Wednesdays from 7:30 to 8. So just a little 30-minute, join in type of thing. If you want to stop by and say what's up to everybody and then leave, stay on for 2 or 3 minutes and leave, or stay on for the whole 30, it's up to you. So I want people to have that pit stop feel. Like, when you have a pit stop, if you watch, any type of NASCAR or anything like that, they're in there for maybe the most of 30 seconds. So when it comes to a podcast, it's the same thing we want to do is, you know, stop in for a little bit. They're in there for like 30 seconds or so, but you stop in for 2 or 3 minutes. That's enough for us. Just letting us know that you see it, that you hear something that you like. That's all that we're looking for. But it's just odd to me to watch and not really want to engage. But, either way, that's what whoever it reaches, that's what we're talking about today. So let me hand it back to you, Professor. Make sure you unmute your mic too. Make sure that you unmute your mic before you. There you go.
All
There
right.
you go. I think when you're touching it, Professor, it's responding too quickly. So just touch it one time.
No, you don't worry about
There we go.
the it's not
There you are.
responding.
Yeah, I hear you now. You're good. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay, so if you look at your screen, stop right there, Professor. I'm sorry to stop you, but now it seems like it's unmuted because I
All
seen
right.
the mute
All
icon.
right.
There you go. Go ahead.
The numbers, sometimes the numbers can also falsely validate you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Hey,
however, thank goodness for
hey,
the
Nene.
for the humble beginnings. Hey, G Sutton, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for hanging out with us tonight. Hello.
That's my
Um,
Nene, my one of my favorite people of the plug, one of the groups that we're in. I wanted to
oh
shout out
wow.
Nene real quick actually because Nene is she brought me along to some of the other people I want to shout out real quick actually. We have a group called The Plug, and it's a group of innovative people, honestly. Some of them are business owners. Miss Nene herself is a wonderful vocalist. I was watching her live on church. I'm sorry, in church today. But she's like that go getter. She's like that party person that is going to get everybody up. Let's get some music going. Where the microphone at? Where's the karaoke machine at?
Exactly.
But
Uh-huh.
she's a part of a group. Well, she's like the ringleader of a group that I'm in. Like I said, called The Plug, of like business owners, people that have their own avenues. We have barbers in the group. We have another engineer, Molly, Rico, as
Wow.
far as being having his events and stuff in regarding music. I wish I can remember the name right off the fly, but I'm trying to remember. But shout out to him and Althea McFarland, which is one of the people I used to be on a previous platform with. So thank you, Nene, for watching. Even
Wow.
if you stop in
Wow.
for a moment, that's all we need. So thank you for
Yes,
stopping
yes, we
in.
appreciate you. Exactly. Listen,
Hmm.
the numbers I just said sometimes, the small numbers are like 5 to the 5th power. We're talking about what multiplies it.
Exactly.
There's so many things that multiply. It's not just, the next steps for SE for enhancing your SEO and things like that. It is the people, it's the connection. Like the spider that weaves the web, it is the
Indeed.
connection, it's the pattern that it makes, which is the spider is an amazing creature. When I we talk about its prey, we're talking about its pattern and how to make those
Hey,
connections.
Michelle.
So we thank God for those connections. Thank you, Michelle. All right,
Hey,
now
that's one of my other
for coming
friends,
through.
actually a part of the same group, The Plug. Shout out to The
All
Plug for
right,
watching.
now the
Thank you,
plug,
y'all, for
y'all
watching.
plugging in tonight. Y'all
Thank you.
plugging in
Thank
tonight.
you. That's all we
Thank
need is somebody to
you.
stop by for the moment. Thank you.
Wow,
Yeah.
exactly. Whoever catches it, absolutely. Whoever
Yeah.
catches it, this is really, you guys are mindful of the movement. We're talking about business owners and entrepreneurs and of the sort. This is a part of our movement in business and as a potential entrepreneurship. We are building this thing. We are building a connection. We are building this web of life and creativity. And we thank you for rocking with us in this build. So we
Yeah.
don't take this for granted at all, as
At all.
my
Not
husband
at
would say,
all.
at all,
Not at all.
right?
Yeah.
So
Not at all.
yeah, this is very inspiring because again, this is the eye, this is the mind. As Luke chapter 11:33-34 says, your eye is a lamp lighting up your whole body. And if
Right.
you live wide-eyed in wonder and belief, your body fills up with light. And we fill each other's light. We fill each other's lives with light, with a light of understanding, with wisdom, knowledge, and empowerment. That is so super important. Then I tell you, then gold. I mean, we can invest in gold. There's nothing wrong with that because we need assets. We're talking
Indeed.
about where the investment starts. We invest in one another. So if you live squinty eyed
Hmm.
in greed and distrust, then the body is a dank seller. I'm just saying.
I know that's right.
So
Now,
here
can
we
I
are,
get a tip?
family.
Would you mind if I get a tip of empowerment from the two of you? Just one thing that you would say to anybody, whether it be a friend or family member, anybody that might be chiming in right now. One thing, starting with Wayne though, but one thing that you would say to people as a tip of advice when it comes to uh, just anything, honestly, whatever you want to give advice on, just one tip.
Honestly, one tip I would say is just enjoy life. I know we have a lot going on, bills, family, work, business, whatever that may be, but just try to enjoy life as much as you can. Because we're not getting younger. We all
Yeah,
know we're getting older. So, but
yeah.
you as long as you feel mentally. So that all starts with the mind, and how you feel mentally. So, yeah, I would just say enjoy life, really.
Okay, okay. What about you, Professor? I'm gonna hand it off to you. I want to let everybody speak, but I'm gonna hand it off to
Yeah.
you after this. So, what do you have to say about that? Just one tip that you
Well,
have,
yeah,
one or two, doesn't matter.
we're not getting any younger. That's true. We're getting better, and
That part
we're
though.
getting wiser because it has to do again with our mental health. Mental health is not a destination, but a process about how you drive, not where you're going. It's
I know
about
that's right.
how you drive and who are the passengers with you. I'm
I
gonna
know
leave
that's
that
right.
with you.
I know
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
leave that with you. Yes.
I know that's right.
And don't forget, this is January mental health awareness, and you guys must. We all and my prayer is that we have a more happier life. Because happiness and joy is key. We got enough drama to deal with on a day to day. Happiness is key,
But how do y'all
right?
think that we find that? That's my question to y'all. How do y'all think that we actually find that happiness? Because we have a lot of different reasons, and a lot of different things placed in front of us, like some of these liquor stores, some people that might smoke marijuana or whatever it may be. A lot of temptations and a lot of things that are meant to keep us, at a certain point. They're meant to keep us here, not thinking too much, kind of subdued or put down, if you will. So how do y'all think that we should get around that? We can tell them, to see the light and to have, to be as happy as you possibly can. But what do you think? Something that it may. What will it take? What will it take to be quote unquote happy, or to live a better life, live better days? I don't know, Wayne, if you want to answer that question for me, but
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it just starts with looking into, pretty much looking within yourself,
right,
figuring you out.
right,
That's where it really starts. Um, I mean, everything around you is meant to really try to either help you, or I wouldn't say hurt you, but sometimes certain things could get in the way of on your path of where you're trying to go. So, I mean, as long as you know yourself, I mean, you really have a good chance of achieving everything that you want to achieve. But you got to get undistracted from people and certain situations around you that may not be conducive to where you trying to go and what you're trying to do. So it just starts with
I
yourself.
feel that.
Starts with
I
understanding who
feel
you are.
I feel that. Yeah, because I thank you, Wayne, too. So thank you for number one, you for even taking the time to stop by for a little while. What this being your first show that you joined and been on with us. Um, Thank you for the first steps. The people that just simply stop in, like Michelle. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Nene. Shout out to Rico. Shout out to Molly. Shout out to Reese. Shout out to the people that I mentioned in that reel that I put up, just thanking y'all while y'all alive. I don't want to thank y'all while you did. I don't want to be crying and stuff over your casket, but I didn't tell you nothing about anything I appreciated from you, as time was going on. So thank you to those people that and especially Shell for when it comes to the singing and being on the microphone and being in front of the camera a little bit more. But the people that are around me, like my grandmother, my mom and stuff as well. Um, I believe in letting people know that they are something to you, that they mean something to you. Because if you don't let them know, they don't think that anything they're doing is adding value to your life. So this also, because we're talking about things like validation, let's also make sure that we're in the business of letting people know, hey, I appreciate you. Hey, what you're doing is enough. Hey, you checking on me is enough. Uh, you stopping by our show and chiming in for 2 or 3 minutes to say hello. That's enough. We're not asking nobody for nothing. I don't want nobody feeling obligated to watch anything it is that Trayvon the Great is doing, or the Grand Queen or Wayne or anybody. I don't want nobody to feel no pressure. So shout out to those people and thank you for whoever it is that is chiming in tonight. I see you are back in, Professor. I see you in the back room, so I'm gonna pull you back in. Whenever you have an issue, we're just gonna take you off or anyone else and just bring you back in. So it's that simple. Here you are, Professor.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Listen,
Of course.
we hope that you have the best of a new year. And to find joy, how do we find joy? How do we find happiness? Just change and not embracing like
What's up, little
everything the
bro?
Indio thing. You know,
Right.
um, don't don't accept okey doke. I'm just saying,
That
and
part.
you don't have to accept what everybody else is accepting.
Right.
Accept the things that make you authentic. Accept the things that make you who you need to be, and never be a replica. Never live a replicated life. That's not for you. You will never find
I
joy living a replicated life. Just be authentic.
thank you for joining in. I'm listening. Thank you, Professor, number one. But I wanted to shout out to my bro, one of my people that I've been rocking with pretty much since I moved out here. Um that's he just said hello and said what's up, but I'm not gonna call out his actual name, but KP. I'm gonna call him KP on here.
All
He
right,
said what's
KP.
up and he waved to
Thanks for
everybody in here.
passing through.
So thank you for
Absolutely.
being
Thank you,
somebody
KP.
else. Yeah, thank you for being one of my
Absolutely.
other people to
Absolutely.
stop by for a moment. That's all we need from y'all.
Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah,
showing up. This is great.
yeah,
This is great. Wow. We appreciate
yeah.
you. This
Of
is
course,
so
to
good.
whoever it
Wow.
reaches. That's today's subject
Exactly.
is whoever it reaches. We're not. I feel like when
Exactly.
you let go and stop forcing stuff on people, stop getting agitated or feeling a way about people not chiming in. I feel like people will naturally start to gravitate when you leave them alone and they see whatever it is you do continue. You're welcome. He said,
Exactly.
"You're welcome. I'm gonna support as much as I can." That's all I need you to do is chime in and
That's
watch.
it.
If you
That's
see
cool.
it,
That's cool.
stopping by for 10 minutes, there's no pressure. You ain't got to stay here the whole time. You don't have to watch an hour of us talking. I see you enough anyway in
Exactly.
on a regular day, so you don't have to sit here and watch me talk. But that's enough for me.
Exactly.
My friend Wayne,
Exactly.
or AKA Star, joining, that's enough. The little
Yes.
things. That's what that helps build stuff up. So that's what we're doing. This is the movement. So thank you for chiming in to even see it for a second. But yeah,
Absolutely.
whoever it
Absolutely.
reaches.
And whoever it reaches, catch it. And listen, please, don't hesitate to continue to link up with us at Just Us at YouTube, Simple Not Basic 2023, Grand Queen at Instagram. It's across the screen. Our phenomenal Trey Wiz always is on top of it.
Thank you.
TikTok,
Thank
Grand
you.
Queen TikTok at TikTok. So please follow us. No, don't have to just follow and like us. We want your input. We need your input,
Yeah, we
to
do.
tell us, to share with us, like, what else is it that we need to do? What else is it that we can do? We know enough about what we can't do. We've got to also know more of what we can do, what we need to do, what needs to happen. And the more we do it, more collectively it's done, collaborating and of the sort. Listen, we get it. We get to it. We don't
Exactly.
just get it, we get to it. So it's
So
our core. It's our core
more
family.
subjects that more subjects and stuff that you guys want to hear. People that do
Yeah,
chime in for a minute, I'll try to actually start reaching out to them while they're in. So even if they say hi for a few minutes, like to try to ask them a quick question or something about something they want to hear, or just message them after and reach out about something you would want to talk about. Because if we're talking about things now, mind you, this is our platform as a collective, and we do consider everybody that watches potential family and people that can potentially be a part of what we're doing as well. But it is about the subjects that we want to cover. Mind you, we want to be universal. Don't get us wrong. We want to be universal, but it is about the subjects that are dear to us first. So it's the mixture of the two that we're trying to get going. So we want to hear about opinions and things that people have to say, and we want to hear what y'all want to talk about. It's not just about us. If we want y'all watching, obviously we had to be talking about subjects of interest to y'all. So yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. Wow. So here we are. So please also, this our sub show is also popping on Wednesday night.
Yes, it
It's a
is.
lighter tip. But I tell you, you guys pass through there too. Just drop by the pit stop on Wednesday night. And this Wednesday night, we also, we talk about what's therapeutic as well. We got to vent, got to have some fun. We got to be able to do things safely and soundly. But this Wednesday night, we're going to be talking to the gamers out there, for folks who love to play games. I love to play games. I'm the Candy Crush queen, just so you know. And for those gamers out there, and I know y'all love to play games. I know y'all love to play games because it's therapeutic. We're talking about mentally stimulating, stress relief, social connection. And that's what we're going to talk about Wednesday night. Gamers. Uh, gamers boost. How do gamers boost their mental health? I know you're going to join in, and we look forward to seeing you guys before Wednesday. Chime in on our sites, chime in on our pages. Tell us how much more therapeutic it is to you, and what game do you like best, and what games are therapeutic. We ain't talking about those games that are killing people, you know, and
Right.
degrading women and children and things like that. We're talking about something that's good for the spirit mind, that makes the brain tick. You
Indeed.
understand? So yeah,
Indeed.
so we want to talk about the games, and so gamers, share with us. Be there. We want to see you there. And
Of course.
ongoing. Don't wait until like a particular time. We want to see you ongoing.
Of
And
course.
again, we thank you guys for just showing up. This
Yeah.
is a real plus.
And
This is a real booster, mental health booster for the week.
indeed.
Hmm, hmm.
As a disclaimer though, I forgot to put that up as we were starting. I do want to mention though that as a, JTI, just stop it friendly reminder, we are only mental health advocates. So we are not mental health professionals. Anything that we say, any subjects we get into, I do not want you to take it as your sole advice and on how you should move or how you should navigate with the issues that you're dealing with. So we're only giving, um, recommendations, solutions, things that have worked for us. We're trying to get the conversation going about these things so that you can build up enough confidence to seek support from the right area. So I just want to
Yes,
throw it out there as a mental health disclaimer. I'm sorry, as a JTI disclaimer, a friendly disclaimer to you guys that we are not mental health professionals. So we don't want you saying that you took advice from us and it steered you in the wrong direction, because it's the last thing that I'm sure anybody on here would want to do. I see that we're
exactly.
hitting the 45-minute mark. So I wanted to see if either you, Wayne, or Professor, if you guys have any shout outs, any last remarks or comments before we wrap the show up.
Yes, remember again, it's as Trey Wiz says, it is okay to seek professional help. Remember to seek professional help if you're struggling with a mental issue, if you're struggling with anything pertaining to your body, your brain, your heart, your social self, your emotional self, because social anxiety is tearing people up as well. But again, there's no shame in reaching out to a professional. Always seek support, right? Remember also 80% of people who receive treatment for mental health issues report significant improvement to their symptoms. Mental health is not a destination, family. It is a process. Remember, it's not about how you drive, it's where you're going. And we want to get there with you, right?
Any shout outs, anybody? Anybody have any shout outs for anyone?
I want to give a shout out to Ari, to the whole JTI team, to Eric. I want to give a shout out to Joey, to Will, to EAC, to Sobro EAC, and just to everybody who just again who are showing up for the cause and more.
I know that's right. What about you, Wayne? I don't know if you have anybody you want to shout out or any closing remarks, anything you want to say before you get off.
Yeah, just quick few words. I don't want to take up too much time. Just shout out
You
to you
okay?
guys for having
Thank
me
you.
on tonight, and really, like I said, just enjoy life, have fun, and
Right.
that's it. Thank you.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I
They
definitely
are.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so please
Okay.
join us. Don't be afraid to stop by. Please join us this Wednesday, every Wednesday and Sunday. Have a happy January Awareness Month week. Peace,
I
love,
know
and
that's right.
joy.
I know that's right, y'all. Thank you, y'all, for watching. Shout out to y'all. We love y'all.
Love you, Trey Wiz.
Love you too. Catch you later.
Much love.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.